Matty Motorcycle fans, welcome back. Today we are as lucky can be. I have in front of me a 1972 CB500F, all cafe racered out. Folks, let's talk about inexpensive, way fun riding. Matty Motorcycle coming at you. So this machine is all of the fun with none of the frills and none of the tech. We have a 498cc inline 4 putting 48 horsepower down at 7,500 RPMs. Your top speed is a theoretical 111 miles an hour, although this one unfortunately is having trouble getting past 80. But that doesn't mean we're doing the wrong thing on it. It's definitely rocking. Now, a little bit of history first. Honda made the way it's supposed to look from 1971 to 1974 in their 500 model. And then from 74 to 78 in the same exact frame and chassis, they put a 550cc engine in to get that little bit more horsepower and fun. But this one is absolutely bulletproof. As we will see later, this engine clearly can last forever. We're gonna do a little bit of front to rear excitement and talk about all the little upgrades that this machine has had. Let's handle business. So let's talk about this build specifically. Now, originally, these things weighed about 445 pounds, which is already modern superbike weight. This one's even lighter. This definitely near the 500 mark. The additions to change it into a cafe racer have been this. First up, clip-ons. These are straight up race clip-ons like you would find on any modern superbike. We got them here with these custom grips, bar end mirrors, the paint. This custom blue paint looks fantastic and absolutely show-stopping. This could be parked, let's say, next to a brand new modern Ducati, and it'll completely get overlooked when you park next to this thing. Then we have modern carburetor added to it, semi more comfortable than the old one seat. The rear tail light has been completely changed, modern blinkers. The headlight has been upgraded. It is the original housing, but new bulb, bright as you would ever want it to be. We got rear sets. We have a new gauge cluster, so that way we're able to see what our RPM's at and what our speedo is a little bit closer to accurate than, let's say, the 1972 model was. Then, completely adjustable shocks. This bike can be set up to your weight. It does have preload, although it doesn't have compression and dampening, but for what you're gonna be doing with it and how much it weighs and how fast it goes, it is absolutely flawless. Moving right along. Obviously, when you buy a machine like this, you have to be prepared to talk to people. It stands out. Like we said, next to any motorcycle, this one is gonna be the one that people come up to, especially guys that may have a 70s vintage themselves, age-wise. This is definitely the machine that they want to come over and talk about, and the styling is unmistakable. This cafe racer look is being duplicated by new manufacturers today. BMW has an R9T. Ducati made a Scrambler just so that they could emulate this original machine. And you can pick these up as little as $800. Now, obviously this one is considerably more than that, but if you're gonna build it on your own, the platform itself is very attainable. This one specifically is a little bit closer to being worth about $5,000. So if you're in the market and you're looking for something this gorgeous, it's still less than a modern sport bike, and like we said earlier, this engine will last another 30 years. Actually, 40 years. This thing is great. And the 4-into-1 engine exhaust sounds wonderful. Matter of fact, let's give it a quick listen. Yeah, it is awesome. And definitely attention getting as you're rolling down the street. Unmistakable for 70s Honda love. Now, the fun part about machines like this is it's zero technology, completely analog. There's nothing on this machine that you can't fix with a wrench, a screwdriver, and a manual. Absolutely amazing for home maintenance. Theoretically, it would never have to be in a shop again. Right down to the wire wheels, you can change those at your house. Incredible. On to the riding impressions. Now this machine is a total sleeper. To all my guys out there who are gonna pull up on brand new sport bikes and you're gonna line up on twisty roads. Now, obviously, on a highway, in a straight line, you're gonna roast it. It's got 48 horsepower and it's like 40 years old. What do you think is gonna happen? But when you're going through the twisties, I have personal experience. The owner of this machine, we just went on a ride the other day. He was inches from my back tire. Taking twisties like a champion, rolling through corners, no problem. This thing flicks and moves just as, if not because of the weight, a little bit better than some of the modern sport bikes. Obviously, it's not the horse, it's the knight. A proper rider on any machine will always whoop you. But this machine, with the suspension and the frame the way it is, allows you to totally maximize this engine just as it was intended to be by Honda. Even more so with all the modern bells and whistles on it. Matter of fact, you got a lightweight anti-gravity battery stuck underneath here. It actually, with the electric start, turns on every single time. No need to kick, even though we got the kicker right here. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but if you were to kick it, it would kind of get in the way of the rear set. Just for show, just for style, electric start, way better anyway. Now, it's a visceral experience. Obviously, you don't have the horsepower to save you, so you have to roll through the corners to keep up with everybody, and the sensations are all there. Your knees are up real high, your hands are real aggressive. It's set up for that sport bike experience that you could ride at half the speed and still get that full experience, the wind in your face, the noises, the smells. It's all there for, like we said, if this thing is worth $5,000, what's a modern sport bike? 20? So a fourth of the price, you get arguably just as much styling and arguably even more of an experience. You really can't beat it. Now, there's no technology on this to save you. So there's no traction control, there's no ABS, you absolutely don't have any kind of quartering stability, but at the paces you're riding with those big profile tires, it's just fun. It's something you want to do, it's something you want to be on, and it gives you that experience that makes you a better rider. This machine will push you to be better than you actually are because you don't have any other choice. If you mess up on this, nothing's going to save you. Folks, Matty Motorcycle here, and the 1972 CB500F. I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends. And if you live in the tri-state area, that's New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, give me a buzz, reach out to me. I want to talk about your special machine. Folks, new videos every Friday. We'll see you next week.